Hello Taurus, thank you for coming and watching my channel. I hope you like this video. I hope it gives you clarity on, whatever situation that you're wanting some guidance on. I just want to say this is a bi-weekly reading for the first 2 weeks of October. I just would recommend that you take only with what resonates with you, because it is for a general reading for the Taurus zodiac sign. Also, a quick note, roles may be reversed. So when I say this is how you're feeling or this is how your partner is feeling, it may actually be flipped. Okay? So you got the Five of Swords, the World, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Pentacles of what's hidden from you, and the Three of Wands to support this reading. So when I first look at this, it seems like you have done a lot of reflecting, and you still are. There was some type of change that occurred recently. This could have been a change in the relationship, but I feel like it's just an overall transition that is going on in your life right now. But it's causing you a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of, I feel like there's going to be a lot of not arguments, but definitely a lot of obstacles going on. And what's hidden from you, the Knight of Pentacles, it's really has to do with looking into your past, like looking back at things on how you created this stability situation that you're in right now. Alright, so let's clarify the Five of Swords for Taurus. So you get the Seven of Wands. So whatever it is, the situation that it's talking about right now, it's weighing heavily on your mind. Something is weighing heavily on your mind, and it had to do with some type of argument you had with someone, some type of disagreement you had where you guys were both very defensive on what you both wanted. Maybe you both wanted different things, but I feel very defensive energy, and you're reflecting on that right now. You have your swords that put down. You're not in this fighting mode right now. You're just kind of trying to understand what happened. You also have the World. So like, even though that this discussion, this disagreement happened, you still feel like you have the world in your hands right now. Like, you have a lot of opportunities, you have a lot of choices, a lot of decisions that you can be making, and you really just see anything else that's being thrown at you right now as just an extra thing that you have to deal with. You don't really see it as a burden, these obstacles that are being thrown at you. You just see it as like, oh, well, it's just one more step I gotta do. And that energy is really positive to have. So let's clarify the World for Taurus. You got the Six of Swords. Yeah, so you're moving on from that disagreement. I feel like this was a disagreement that may have ended something, some type of connection, a phase even. It could have been a bad phase in some type of connection. Because right now you're moving on to this better energy, this energy of feeling like you have all these choices coming up. You have all these decisions you can make, all these transitions, and you see this as a new beginning, because you're moving from rough waters to calmer waters. With that Six of Swords, you're really you're looking on to the brighter side of things. You're looking onto your future. You're not really wanting to focus on the mess, you're trying to put that mess behind you. So let's clarify the Nine of Wands for Taurus. So I feel like, Taurus, you're in this energy of moving on, being more positive. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, Judgment. So to explain the Knight of Wands, we got the Ace of Wands and the Judgment. So the Knight of Wands, like I said, it's almost like you're in this energy where you feel like if another obstacle is thrown at you, you can handle it, you can deal with it. And you get that Ace of Wands to basically say you are handling it. Think of it as this way. He's using these wands as a protective measure. They could be being thrown at him. And you have like the soul wand in your hand. You have this under your control. This next obstacle that you will be facing, or you soon will be facing, you will be victorious in it, basically. And it does have to do with some type of decision being made. This could be a decision on your part. This could be a decision in a platonic connection, so this could be some type of friendship, but there is a decision being made. I feel like this isn't really a relationship decision. I feel like this is a decision more for yourself, a more decision on you're trying to figure out where you want to focus right now. Like, what do you want to focus on? And I feel like with that World card, you feel like opportunities are endless right now. I really think you're trying to narrow in on what you really want. And that's what I'm really getting from that card. So let's clarify, Taurus. Why did you get the Five of Wands for your situation that you're in this next 2 weeks? Five of Cups, Three of Cups. So this past connection is popping up again. This negative energy that you really tried so hard to move on from, and you really are moving on from it, Taurus. But it's kind of popping up. So you got the Five of Wands. This is your current situation. You got the Five of Wands and the King of Swords. Okay. You are being very defensive. You know, this shows you being defensive again, just like the Seven of Wands. It really has to do with a disagreement, an argument. Someone was very harsh in their words. Someone was very brash, very strong in the way that they were coming off in this disagreement. And this disagreement is weighing heavily on your mind. You had high hopes for this connection. You really wanted that Ace of Cups. You wanted that fulfillment, that emotional connectedness with someone. You know, you really had that high hopes for this relationship to go somewhere. Now, when I said let's clarify the Five of Wands, you got the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups. I feel like you feel betrayed by this person. For some reason, I feel like this is weighing heavily on your mind, this past connection. I don't know if they came back up because it feels like a third party involvement. I don't know if there was a third party involved, or if you felt like there was, and that caused a lot of trust problems in the relationship. But I definitely feel like someone, either you or this person, this connection, this old connection, is really weighing heavily on their mind lately. But I think that's why your current energy is coming up as the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Swords. So yes, this is weighing heavily on your mind, and that explains why the Nine of Swords, you're feeling all this anxiety. You feel very stressed out. So this past connection, it was very bad, very toxic for you. Maybe not awful. It wasn't awful. There was just a lot of disagreements. Just a lot of disagreements, a lot of miscommunication, not being on the same page. And that really caused you a lot of, restlessness. Nights where you can't sleep. It really bothered you. You couldn't get that off of your mind. And that's showing up with the Wheel of Fortune, that this, how this connection changed, or how this connection ended. And right now, you are at the World right now. You still have this World card. You really are. I feel like this World card is your motivation from the universe to kind of stay hopeful, because you do have all these doors opening for you. You know, that's what they're reminding you here. They're telling you things are changing. Yes, they're changing. The Wheel of Fortune, it's happening. But there's nothing you can do about it. This may have been something that was completely out of your hands. And it's telling you, yes, you have the World card. So when one door closes, another one opens. So maybe this connection had to end so that way you could one day get a new connection. And I feel like that's why for your supporting card you have the Three of Wands, and that really has to do with waiting. So I feel like you're waiting, you're not taking action yet, you know, you're really taking a pause on your emotional love life. And I feel like it's more of a you're really focusing on the self right now. So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Taurus. I'm taking both. You got the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. This has to do with this change that was happening. It was something you didn't want to see. It felt like a change you didn't have control over. But it was definitely something you did not want to see with that Eight of Swords. But the Eight of Pentacles is showing you that you may have had a part in this change as well. So yes, you feel like this is a Wheel of Fortune card, okay? This change was out of your control. You could have had nothing to do with it, but it's kind of telling you to take a closer look with the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So this connection ended, but I feel like there's still hope. There's definitely still hope. Because you have this Wheel of Fortune, you feel like it was out of your hands, right? This kind of destiny took over. It may have just ended, but you're not really seeing the situation for how it really is. You're being bound up by these ropes, but really these ropes are loose. So you can really you feel that you had no control over the situation, but really you may have with that Eight of Pentacles. That's telling you that, you know, this has to do with building. You know, you had some part in this. You definitely played your part. Everyone plays their part. And it may not have been a bad part that you played. It may have been a more positive. Or this may be that person, they played a part in this happening. You know, they definitely had a hand in this ending. But I don't want to say that it's completely over, because for some reason this Three of Wands is giving me this feeling of waiting. So this could be you waiting on this person. You're having a hard time letting them go, or you're waiting on a new connection. You know, it's telling you to be patient, or it's telling you to wait. I just feel like it's really wanting you to wait. Let's clarify the Three of Wands for Taurus. I feel like for some of you, it's hard right now for you to let go of that connection. It's weighing really heavily on your mind. And it's like you're waiting for them. You're waiting for that to come back. I'm taking the two that came out. So you got the Two of Cups and the King of Wands. This all has to do with there is action. You want to take action, and it's advising you not to. That King of Wands is very quick. They know what they want, so they're going to go after it. And you want that connection again. You do want this connection with this person. You want this to be mutual, though. You want them to also want this connection. But it's telling you you have to wait, okay? It's telling you slow down, okay? Reevaluate the relationship. What was going on with it? Why did it not work out in the first place? What happened with that Wheel of Fortune? You know, what was that change? Why did it change? Who had their part in what? And it's really telling you, reflect on it. You know, really think about it before taking this action to do that reconciliation with them. What's hiding from you, Taurus, is the Knight of Pentacles. This really has to do with looking back on your past. So again, I feel like this is more of a reflection card. You want to move forward, but I think it's advising you right now, you really need to reflect on what happened, what definitely happened in this connection. You know, review the whole love history timeline. So let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles for Taurus. You get the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So again, what's hidden from you? It has to do with your past, the stability. You may not be seeing the positives of things. You may be focusing too much on the positive. It's kind of telling you to get that stability and where you can look back at this past relationship, look back at this past connection, and really draw conclusions on it for yourself. Because it's supported by this Eight of Cups, which is telling you, again, reevaluate, relook at things, you know, seek more clarity on the situation, on that connection that was going on. Because you have this Eight of Wands in store. I feel like there will be communication if you go after it. And if you go after this communication, if you decide after reflecting, after you go through this reflection phase, there can be communication if you allow it to. There will be rapid communication. And if you allow that to happen, I feel like this person's feelings are mutual because it has the Knight of Pentacles, and that really has to do with kind of like your roots have taken hold and are growing. So this communication really sprouted growth in the connection, in the relationship between you two, and you're at this point where you can look back at this whole mess, this whole timeline, and you can almost look back at it and see how you guys have grown together from that situation. But I definitely feel like it's going to take a lot for you to get here, Taurus. There's a lot of self-reflection. There's a lot of still a lot of stress, a lot of in and out, a lot of positive energy, a lot of negative energy, a lot of positive energy, a lot of negative energy. It's very flip-floppy. But I think a lot of it has to do with you reflecting, them reflecting on the situation, on the connection, the relationship, and deciding if you actually want it. I think that's what that Judgment card has to do with. You really need to decide, is this the person you want? Sorry, I dropped my card. Okay, so now we're going to do the universe's message for you, Taurus. What do they want you to know? The Six of Wands. Communication. This has to do with communication that is coming in a way that is very, it's fast, but it's in a very peaceful way, I would say. You have the King of Cups. This has to do with love, emotion. The Hierophant, it's promising this connection. Four of Wands, stability. So it may have started out as a Six of Wands and it's coming off to you as a Six of Wands. An immature communication between the two of you that's going on. But supporting it, you have the King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Four of Wands. The King of Cups is really talking about emotions, so it really has to do with fulfillment, being offered, a mature connection. It has to do with promises. You okay? This has to do with promises. This person is really trying to promise you this connection, and the Four of Wands is really about stability. So this person, I feel like, is coming with you with pure intentions. I think you just really have to get through a lot of disagreements with one another. And I think if you do that, Taurus, it will give you some fulfillment. I hope this gave you clarity. I hope it gave you some guidance or more of an understanding on a situation or a connection that you're dealing with. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell button. I do bi-weekly readings. So look out for the next one in not this next week, but the week after.